And we are live. Welcome to Travel Insights, powered by the leading travel and tourism daily news portal, traveldailynews.com International Edition. We are streaming live on our website, on YouTube, as well as on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Thank you for tuning in and listening wherever you're watching us from. I'm Chryssa Skodra, and in this weekly interview series, I have the chance to interview thought leaders, professionals, academics, and practitioners in tourism, travel, aviation, and hospitality industries. And those thought leading, inspiring people share their unique insights with us and with you outside listening. Today, I have the great pleasure to welcome in the studio Mr. Ivar Yuste. Welcome, Ivar.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation, Chris. I'm very happy to be here today.
You're joining us from Madrid, Spain. Is that right?
Correct. Correct. Yes.
Ivar, you are the managing partner of hospitality firm PHG Hotels and Resorts in Spain. You provide global advisory services to hotel owners and investors in Spain, Europe, Latin, and North America. You come from the aviation industry. You have a diverse background in hotels and aviation, and you have been working for SITA, the air transport company. I have a chance to interview the vice president of SITA as well in the coming episodes. You regularly contribute your insights in financial and travel industry publications in Spain and abroad. You're also the member of the International Society of Hospitality Consultants, and you have been appointed last year to the board of directors. And that's also an interesting position, as the ISHC is having the 200 most influential hotel consultants in the world. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct. ISHC
I
is
think that
the only hotel consulting association in the world, and I'm being appointed to the board. Yes.
And this is how I found you, and I asked you to join me for an interview. I think you're the right person to share your insights as a consultant, as a person who have your own boutique firm. So let's look today with you this topic. So today's episode and our topic is Spain, one of the world's most attractive hotel investment markets. And Ivar, you can tell us more about it. I would like you to set the stage first by looking at the hospitality market in general. What are the trends that you see of the international travelers to Spain as well as the local travelers? What are the preferences? Do they prefer to stay in branded hotels? Is there an increase in specific segments? Is it the luxury, or what is going on in the hospitality market at this moment? Give us your insights, and then we dig deeper into the hotel investments.
Yes. Well, I mean, I have the luck of being based in Spain, which happens to be the second largest tourism market in the world in terms of tourism or international tourist arrivals, just after France and ahead of the US and China. So this is a very dynamic market. Everybody, in terms of the investment community globally, wants to be here. We have a fantastic weather. The tourism is the number one GDP component in the economy of the country. And at the same time, on the other side of the balance, we have a very fragmented hotel supply. We have more than 600 hotel groups in Spain, family-owned businesses, some of them in the stock exchange, but very few. and a tremendous potential for improvement, for optimization. There hasn't been any M&A activity, basically, mostly ever, and this is about to change. You mentioned brands. I mean, when we buy a phone, we buy a watch, or we drive a car, or we select our clothes. We like to choose brands that we like and feel comfortable with, and so on. And hospitality is no exception. And brands are landing in Spain, international brands, global brands. All major groups want to be present in this market. So it's becoming a very popular topic and theme in the investment community in the hotel sector. No? So I would say the introduction of brands and global brands is a main trend in this market.
We will come to this. I would like to get your insights first, as in where do you see international travelers? What are their preferences? And how about the Spanish people? Where do they like to stay at? What would you
Yeah,
say that is it a common consensus that most of them go to the branded hotels? Because I know you spoke about the fragmentation, and I know that from the culture perspective, there are a lot of family hotel owners. So we look into that, but what are the preferences of the end user, the travelers?
well, I mean, travelers in Spain have a multitude of choices
Mm.
to go on holidays, or to use hotels for business purposes. No, Spain has very well-known areas such as the Balearic Islands, where you have Mallorca and Ibiza. Ibiza is the leading resort market, not only in Spain but also in Europe, and one of the leading resort markets in the world. You have Costa del Sol, which has a tremendous brand name, places like Marbella, for example. And of course, you have the Canary Islands, which is the destination with the largest season in the entire EMEA region, and it's extremely powerful holiday destination. No? Then you have obviously city hotels, and Spain has a tremendous historic heritage and history, and places to visit all over. Valencia, Madrid, Barcelona, San Sebastián, Seville, Malaga, etc. These are extremely popular destinations, and more there is an emerging trend to also go on holidays in the countryside, and the concept of landscape hotel is emerging as and getting more professionalized and more interesting.
Since you touched upon this already, tell us a little bit how the pie of hotel investments look in Spain. Is it mostly concentrated at the vacation segment? You talked about the urban destinations as well. What is the balance there? What's the division?
Well, I mean, Spain has this perception that it's a holiday destination. No? So uh, people, the investment community, investment funds, and so on, perceive Spain as a holiday destination. And if you look at the trend historically, there is a slightly larger component of leisure properties investment than city hotels. But I mean,
Hmm.
this varies year on year. Now, for example, we are seeing an absolute boom in Madrid, for example, with city hotels, where luxury brands are getting into this market very fast. So it's changing, no? But the mix is slightly more holiday, but also city destinations are popular, because cities also tend to be leisure destinations as well.
As well, you're right. Let's take a step back and look at the Spain as an economy, as a legal operational environment with a certain workforce. What makes Spain an attractive hotel investment market? Why Spain?
Yeah, this is a good point, no? Because there is always the debate. Spain is subject to a lot of movement in terms of where tour operators are shifting the demand of their clients, no? Between Spain and other Mediterranean destinations such as Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Turkey, etc. No? Spain provides legal security, physical security and stability, but most importantly, because we are talking about tourism and we are talking about hospitality, we cannot forget that the most important asset besides the country itself is the people. No? And in Spain, the easy the facility to find people that are very well trained, professional, friendly is the main asset. People love the hospitality business, and hospitality is about people. No?
It's about people. It's a people business, right?
Correct.
And this particular year, or the 2022, has been an exceptional year for Spain. If I have my notes here correctly, hotel investment in Spain reached a total volume of 3.23 billion euros, making it the third best year after 2017 and 2018. So very close to before the pandemic hit. So I think I have a graph perhaps here that you provided me with here that
Yes.
we see. So
Yeah.
how do you interpret this? Are you going towards a full recovery?
Yeah, I mean, Spain has been ranking consistently in the top three European markets in terms of hotel investment. The market is extremely fragmented, no? So that means that investment is also challenging because, like you see in other markets like Greece or Italy, ownership is fragmented, and negotiations to transact uh, are not easy, and actually are quite complex. No? So the more institutional investment is getting into the market, obviously the easier this is becoming. No? After I mean, the big surprise overall is that after the tragic COVID crisis, the economic cycle didn't flip. People thought at some point that maybe we were getting into the recession, but everybody was underestimating the amount of savings that the consumer market had managed to amass during COVID. No, so this what some people call the champagne effect. No, people now have an excess of savings that are that they are spending in the hotel, in leisure, in general, but specifically in hotels, and the market is recovering fast. The performance of hotels is extremely strong. The business on the books for 2023 is very strong despite inflation, despite rising interest rates, despite the invasion of Ukraine, and despite, for the moment, what we see with Silicon Valley Bank and Credit Suisse. No? So tourism seems to be getting out of the COVID period much stronger than ever, and as a result of that, the investment is channeled to hotels. No, the office segment is not doing well because obviously many companies are letting their employees work from home. So performance of real estate is going in the direction of hotels. No?
You spoke about the fragmentation. You know the market better. You know the culture better. How easy it is culturally for hotel owners in Spain to put a flag of an international brand above their door? And tell us a little bit about your role as a consultant. Any opportunities you see, and interest from international brands. So tell us a little bit from the cultural point of view and your role, and perhaps deals and projects you've worked with success.
Yeah, I mean I mean this is human nature. No? It's absolutely natural to refrain from relinquishing your name. I mean, having your name on top of a building or a hotel is obviously the best achievement you can have as a hotelier and as a real estate entrepreneur. But obviously, at some point, there is a moment where you have to choose between uh, having the most profitable operation and the most profitable business, or simply being very happy that you have achieved this business. No? I think one shouldn't be forced to choose, and in reality, you don't need to choose between the two. I mean, it's true that some people prefer to continue having their own company name, and that's perfectly respectable and fine. Other people are more finance oriented, business oriented, and say, look, this is a business. I don't have a sentimental attachment to this
Mm,
business. It's fine. I built the business, but I,
mhm,
I, I want to be part of a larger group. And this is an educational process. And actually, as you question, this is a big part of what we do. No? In the good sense of the word, educating
mhm,
owners, or explaining or presenting the pros and cons and the advantages of becoming part of a big group. No, I mean, you
mhm,
can buy a Swatch, or you can buy a Rolex, you can buy a Skoda, or you can buy a BMW. I mean, it's completely your choice. You are free to do whatever you want. But
mhm,
if you want to be at the leading edge of an industry, and you want to be part of, of the latest trends in your business or hospitality, like it or not, hospitality is a business, is an industry where economies of scale and size do matter. No? So it's not the same
mhm,
to be part of a group that has 30, 40, 50 hotels, or be part of a group that has 5,000 hotels. And that
mhm.
changes everything, really.
Yeah. It's a mindset, and perhaps I believe the younger generation of hotel owners are more willing to perhaps they see the value creation. So tell us a little bit. I want to hear your insights. Where do you see the greatest opportunity for value creation in hotels in Spain comes from? I've read an article, I believe, of yours, or quote from you, where you talk about repositioning. Or where do you, what do you see, what adds value? And share your insights to everybody listening and watching us, uh, how to add value in an existing business to take it to the next level.
Well, adding value is actually is the key. Is the This is the name of the game. No, if you are an investor, if you are risking your money, what you want is to generate value, to increase the value of your assets. And I was saying before that you don't have to take part one side or the other. There is a way of having the best of both worlds, and that's basically franchising. That's basically adopting an international brand for what international brands are good at, which is generating revenue and generating high ADR, high rates. So your hotel performs at the top of your segment, and on the other hand, you are able to take advantage of this asset I was mentioning before, which is Spanish people. Spanish hotel companies and management companies are extremely proficient, extremely professional, and very efficient in managing the cost. So if you manage cost on one hand, and you maximize revenue on the other hand, what you get is you expand your margins and your gross operating profit, and you generate value. No? So you enter into a property that is in the hands of a local owner. You introduce a brand, you reduce the number of rooms, increase the size of the rooms, increase the quality of the hotel, introduce interior design, introduce a powerful landscaping for the property, introduce a proper F&B concept that integrates the local community in your hotel, in the restaurant, in the cocktail bar, etc. And
Mhm.
that's a fantastic combination to generate
Mm.
value.
I would like to hear your insights now more about which segment attracts the majority of hotel investments in Spain. We said that the slightly the vacation segment, but then if we look at that, or also urban, that include the cultural and vacation aspect, or a combination, is it the luxury? Is it the five-star? Where is the biggest investments taking place?
Well, historically, there was a deficit in the luxury segment in Spain, with few exceptions like Ibiza or
Mhm.
Barcelona. And now, one of the interesting trends that we have seen, not only in Spain but globally, is that at the exit of the COVID, the segment that has much better exited the crisis strongly has been luxury. Obviously, the affluent clients have a capacity of spending which is higher, and that segment is flourishing now. And in places like in Madrid, we are seeing that. So if you look at the numbers in terms
Mhm.
of the pie of luxury investment in 2022, the 37% of this investment was in the five-star category, and we are seeing a massive reconversion of historical properties, for example, in Madrid, where the likes of JW Marriott, Marriott Edition, Hyatt, Thomson, Four Seasons, etc., Nobu from Robert De Niro are landing in Madrid, transforming historic, fantastic properties into very luxury hotels. So luxury is definitely a trend in the market, and obviously the rest of the market continues
Mhm.
as usual. You have a lot of activity in the 3-star and 4-star resort segment. You have activity in limited service in hotels. I was yesterday visiting a property near the airport in Madrid, where many brands are getting in the limited service segment. So it's all over the place, but I would say that the most interesting part at the moment is luxury, and also what we call affordable luxury brands
Mhm.
like
Is
Handwritten
this
Collection.
also the segment where we see, Ivar, the biggest return on the investment?
Well, you see the biggest return the biggest return on investment in absolute terms. You probably see that in limited service. What you see in the luxury segment is that there is a void in the market, there is a gap, and you need to fill in the gap. No, and if you have an opportunity to enter into a historic building, there is another phenomenon going on, which is the convergence of restaurants and hotels. Many restaurant groups, Madrid remained open during the COVID, restaurants were booming, and suddenly everybody is converging and introducing uh, names, chefs, highly renowned chefs into restaurants, and this is happening all over the place. Barcelona is bringing and is shifting the focus of restaurateurs into from Barcelona into Madrid. For example, many F&B groups are landing in Madrid coming from Barcelona. So profitability and returns can be found anywhere. The convergence of hotels and restaurants. Limited service is a classic because it's very easy to make money there. But you need to fill in the different gaps in the market and find the niche and find an opportunity, which is not easy. Everybody is getting into real
Mm.
estate, and the demand is a factor of 100 to 1 in terms of what is available. No? So it's a battle to find the proper asset at the appropriate price and so on.
You're right, finding the right niche. And you said before about the luxury as a trend, and I speak with a lot of hotel investment advisors and people from the hospitality industry. And I think after COVID, the fact that people have been so tired and isolated, perhaps the wellness part of well ties with the luxury. People are searching for this wellness and great experience, more immersive to rejuvenate themselves after the past terrible years that we all suffered. Um, I would like to ask you because this has been or 2022 has been the third best year in Spain. what do you see as the prediction or the early signs of this year, 2023, in terms of hotel investments? We have, of course, the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. We have inflation. We have the decreasing of the purchasing power. What are the issues that cause for concern? What is the impact of this developments? And do you have any early signs of how the things are going to play out in this year?
Well, I mean, as I was saying, I mean, the business in the books is looking very strong. The impression that the market had about the increase of inflation and interest rate, that might create a compression in owners, has not happened. No, the banks continue lending. The same principles apply. Sponsor a solid project and a strong brand. So banks are lending. Let's not forget that hotels in cities take more than 2 years to build, if you are talking about a conversion with a protected building and so on. So things that are being built now, this supply that is being built, will only come in 2024, 2025, for example, in the case of Madrid. No? So we don't see an immediate impact. Let's see what happens with Credit Suisse and Silicon Valley. But having seen what the minimal impact that we have seen from COVID and from Ukraine is difficult to predict. No, the resilience of the demand is very impressive. I'm absolutely surprised how the demand continues to absorb completely the two-digit inflation that we see in ADRs in hotel rates. I mean, it's amazing. We are increasing prices in hotels and passing absolutely cost of energy, cost of labor, etc., into ADRs, and the demand keeps coming. No? So I wouldn't dare to predict that things are going to go wrong, because I don't see any sign of that, despite.
So resilience, that's
Yes,
good. We keep
that's
that. Hopefully, that's the trend that continues to go on. Um,
exactly.
I would like to ask you. You are the managing partner of PHG Hospitality Consulting Firm, and what makes your approach different in the services you're offering, in the way you treat your clients? Tell us a little bit about what makes you special.
Well, I mean, we are smaller. We are a small firm, and that allows us to pay a lot of attention to detail. And at the end of the day, attention to detail for a person or a company that is spending millions of their assets, or the balance sheet in particular projects. Attention to detail and personal attention is gold. Is very, very valuable. No? So attention to detail, hotel expertise is an obvious thing to say, but the big four, or the big multinational consulting firms, tend to be very generalist, tend to be come more from the financial side of the business. We come from the hotel side of the business, from operations. We can talk face to face with general managers at properties and identify issues and so on, and that gives a lot of confidence to owner. No, and the third important factor is probably seniority. At the end of the day, experience is absolutely critical. Dealing with junior people is fine for certain tasks, but when you are taking decisions in the dozens of hundreds of millions of euros, you cannot take any risk. No, and the way we go along and we work with our clients, from concept design to actually building the project, opening the property, and then supervising and asset managing the property, all across the cycle of the asset. I think that makes a big difference to our clients.
Great. Thank you, Ivar. Mr. Ivar Yuste was with me in the studio today to share his insights in Spain, in hotel investments in Spain. This is a market that he is very well familiar with, as well as other markets. So, if you want to know more, please check out this website down the screen below and reach out to Ivar if you would like to make an investment in the in Spain or in the markets that Ivar you are also. I think you have had projects elsewhere as well.
Yes, yes. I mean, we work wherever our clients take us. I mean, we have been working in North Africa, Latin America, selected markets in Europe as well. So we go along with our clients wherever they want to invest. Yes,
Great. Thank you, Ivar, for talking to me today at Travel
you're welcome.
Insights and Travel Daily News. I wish
A
you
pleasure.
a nice day in Madrid.
Thank you. Thank you
So,
very much.
thank
Pleasure
you so
to be
much
here.
for taking the time. And I would like to thank you for tuning in and watching today's episode. I'm Chryssa Skodra. This is Travel Insights. And tune in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for more insights from people from the travel, aviation, hospitality industries. And if you would like to be featured on the show and you have an interesting topic to share, don't forget to contact me here at this email, press@traveldailynews.com. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye from me.